All right, so there's been something I've been wanting to talk about with Marvel Rivals and this latest season. And right now I'm just going to get right to it. The balancing right now is super bad. Like it's so horrendous right now. It's insane. And the first thing I want to touch up on as a Gambit player myself, this new patch that's gonna be coming out, the emergency patch, I believe it drops tomorrow for me. Today, when I'm recording this is the 18th. I believe it drops the 19th. Um, they decided that it was a good idea. Let me pull this up for myself really quickly. So they decided that it was a great idea to nerf Gambit's survivability and his damage. Now, damage, I don't mind. He does pretty solid damage. Uh, and I feel like I rarely use the damage boost card because I'm usually in a double healer. If I'm in triple healer, I'm damage boosting constantly. But in double healer, like I'm usually not popping the spade card. Unless my team is not taking that much damage. Then I'd be popping the spade card. But here's the thing. These devs, they seem like really good people, I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with these devs. But for some reason, it just feels like they're like at sometimes they feel so in touch with the community, right? There's certain things like they know little jokes in the community that you'd be surprised that they know, right? And that they even put in the game and stuff like that. They're so like tapped in sometimes. And then there's things like this that don't make any sense in my opinion of how something like this is your solution for nerfing Gambit. Look, what makes Gambit so strong right now and what has made him strong from the start. Now, when he first came out, he was strong at like everything. And now what makes him strong is its ultimate because they refuse to touch his ultimate. I don't understand what their deal is or if they just do not understand the power of Gambit's ult. And especially when you run it with Loki. How does Gambit still have ultimate regeneration? How does he still boost the team's ultimate regen? I don't understand why they haven't taken that out of his kit. The only character that should have something like that, in my opinion, that doesn't really affect that much, and it just boosts his ult and makes it a little bit better, is Cap. Because Cap is already, he's not really that great. And that's okay. I think he's fine where he's at. It's just everyone else is so broken right now in the meta that he's just like an afterthought right now. Gambit doesn't need a hit to his survivability right now. He does not need a reduction to his healing like they did in the last patch. And I don't even think this damage, like the damage boost, like them nerfing his damage boost, fine. That's okay. Like, it's not that big of a deal. The reason why this makes me mad, and the reason why I'm at a point right now where I'm just getting, it just feels like they're so out of touch with what the game needs. You know what I mean? And what certain characters need, which is fine. But I wish they would, I don't know, reach out to the community more or something. Because there's no way any Gambit player, anybody who even faces Gambit on a day-to-day basis, I feel like most people would tell you, unless they're just biased or something, that Gambit doesn't need a hit to his survivability. He doesn't need a hit to his damage. What he needs is a hit to his fucking ultimate. Because it's an instant win button. And it's one of the main problems in the game right now, that there's way too many instant win buttons. You get I win the fight. Especially when you have Gambit Loki. Because now you have 2 instant win buttons. And the whole team is getting their ult like this because he has an ultimate regen. This shit, the ult regen has to go by season 7. I'm saying this as a Gambit player. I know this character. I have played him for a while. Right? He's one of my, since he's dropped, him and Invis have been my most used characters. Invis used to be my most used character until he dropped. Since she released. So, this is the part to me that just really annoys me and frustrates me. Is these unnecessary changes, right? Now, Gambit is just a side effect of all of this, right? What I'm scared about, what they're doing to Gambit is what they did to Loki back then when Luna and Loki was running the meta. For anyone who was around for Luna Loki running the meta, that shit was hell. And part of the reason was because Luna's ult lasted fucking forever, and Loki got his ult so fucking quick that you would have double Luna ults that last like 24 seconds in total. You couldn't kill nobody. And you're just there like, what the fuck? They just have immortality for like 30 seconds. And you can't do shit. And plus Loki has runes. He can do damage. He can flank. Right? That version of Loki was busted. But what they did to Loki back in that patch, right, is they fucking gutted that character to the point that he was unusable. And Luna just got a little, like, slap on the wrist. She was still good as fuck. Now, she wasn't as broken, but she was still good as fuck. But Loki was in the gutter. They left him dead. And they didn't give a fuck. So, I don't want that to happen to Gambit. I understand. Yes, Loki's back in the meta. Gambit's back in the... well, he hasn't left the meta since he's gotten in. But I hate what they're doing right now because part of the reason Gambit was so special when he first came out was that jack of all trades playstyle, right? I can choose and carry a game however I please. I could choose to be a healer. I could pretty much choose whatever my team needed, right? If you needed more healing from me, I could do that. If you need me to flank around and dive or pick moments where I get aggressive and take the attack to the other team's supports, I could do that, right? I could damage boost and I can anti-heal and all that shit, right? Now his survivability used to be really crazy, and his ult was really crazy, and his healing amount was really crazy. They have nerfed his healing so much now that the only thing special about this character now is his ultimate and his mobility, right? Because his mobility hasn't changed. His mobility is incredible. But his mobility and his ultimate are the only things that make this character viable. His healing is not good anymore. It's still solid, but compare it to Invis, compare it to Cloak and Dagger, compare it to almost every other healer, Luna Snow. He doesn't live up to that anymore. And I feel like now we're stripping him away of everything but his ultimate, which is the part that is broken about the character and the part that keeps him in the meta and that keeps Gambit Loki alive. Because if Gambit's ultimate wasn't that good, people would stop using Loki. People would stop using Gambit. Now, maybe they'd use Loki in a different setup, but they wouldn't use him with Gambit because the ult isn't as broken. Okay. Now I want to go to my second thing I want to talk about. The balance of the game right now. Particularly, I want to cover the DPSs first. So Bucky has been around there's so many broken characters that I'm not going to be able to cover every single one. So I'm just going to mention the ones that I'm just in like, I can't believe these characters are still up and running for multiple seasons, have been this way. And I feel like as a community, we've all been saying how they're server admins. And we've all been saying how these characters need to get nerfed. And they won't get fucking nerfed. I'm kind of getting sick of it at this point. We have gone multiple seasons. I remember there was this unnecessary ass change they made to Bucky. Alright? I want to get to Bucky first, because I fucking hate this character at this point. I love him in anything other than Marvel Rivals, but at this point in Marvel Rivals, I fucking hate this character. They gave this character, for some fucking reason, they doubled up his charge. I forget what the fucking name of the move. But that little AoE ring that he shoots out that slows enemies and pierces through enemies is some fucking bullshit. And why does he have 2 charges of it? Even back then, he didn't need it. Why did they give him that? Then he has his ultimate is crazy busted. He just gets to use it over and over again for getting 1 fucking kill. Dumb. It's super dumb. He gets shields after every ability and skill he uses. For what? I seen a clip today, actually. Zoltek, I believe it is his name, right? He's like, I think he's the #1 Hulk or something like that. He's one of the best Hulks in Marvel Rivals. And it was a short. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna link it in the description. But yeah, he juggled this Winter Soldier, this Bucky, for his whole entire ultimate. But because the Bucky was also getting healed, right? But here's the thing: the only reason he survived was because he was Bucky. Because every other character in that situation is fucking dead. Because I hope you guys pull this up as I'm talking about this. He kept using abilities in those gaps where he can't get hit. He kept using abilities, and so he just kept gaining shield over and over and over and over again. And so he kept surviving. And the heals ain't really like, yeah, he survived because it was a mixture of things, right? The healing and Bucky having shields. But why does he have so many abilities? Every single one just gives him shield. Why? He doesn't need that. It's unnecessary shit like that they give to some of these DPSs. And again, Bucky has been untouched for multiple seasons now. If you've played Bucky from like 3 seasons, 4 seasons ago, the character is exactly the same, untouched. They haven't changed shit about him. So if you were good with him back then, I promise you, you're gonna run lobbies with him right now. It's so ridiculous. All right. Now to me, my most hated character in this game, Bucky, because we've had him for so long. Now I want to talk about Elsa. I don't know what it is with these characters coming into the game, and the devs deciding they keep doing this with DPSs. So a DPS will come into the game, and what they will do is, instead of you know, like, for example, I just want to bring up Blade. So Blade, when he first came out, everyone thought he was going to be broken. Oh, they're bringing an anti-heal. He has self-healing. He has all this other shit. Like, he has so much shit that almost everybody thought Blade was going to be busted. Absolutely busted. But they were so, like, cautious with Blade that you could tell they didn't want this character to come out broken, because they knew how scary that character would be if they just let him loose at his full potential. And still to this day, he's pretty solid now, right? Like, I think he's solid. The problem is everyone else in the fucking game is broken, but he's in a solid state now. But if they, like, gave him what they could have given him, that character would be an instant ban in every single fucking game. And, like, he would probably be the most broken character in the game. Now, I bring up Blade for a reason. And this is why. These new DPSs keep coming into this fucking game and absolutely running shit. Daredevil came in and was the most broken character immediately when he came in. And it was so bad that they had to buff almost every single healer. Right? Luna got, I mean, it has to be why these healers got these random buffs, right? Invis gets self-shield, and then they didn't nerf anything about the character, so when the character came out, and in fact they buffed her, so the character came out, and instead of them nerfing the character so that the self-shielding wasn't so bad, no, they give her everything, and plus she had now a self-shield where she could protect herself. And I play Invis, and that was some bullshit. That was some fucking bullshit. I could go more in depth with that, but I'm gonna leave that there just to not carry on, because most of y'all know that situation. And also, they gave Luna that fucking Self-Snowflake, and for some reason gave her a fucking damage buff. Why does the Self-Snowflake give her a damage buff? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm fine with them giving her Self-Snowflake, but why does she get a damage buff for putting a snowflake on herself? That doesn't make any sense to me. Just have it heal her, and that's it. It's so dumb. I don't... Again, these changes that they keep making, it feels not only unnecessary, but it feels like they don't have an understanding of what they should be doing, right? And Elsa has come into this game, and she's another character that has completely broken the meta. So much so that she just came out, and they are already not only doing an emergency patch, but they're doing an emergency patch that includes her. Remember, Daredevil came out, and it took multiple, like, what, 2 seasons to get him nerfed? Elsa just came out and she already got nerfed. That should tell you how bad she is right now. Or how crazy godlike she is. Because she's like untouchable right now. The amount of shield she gets because she gets a dash like every fucking 2 seconds. The amount of damage she does from fucking sniper range is insane. And her movement ability... Her ultimate is probably the best ultimate in the game. Not only counter support ults, but can instant kill a whole team. And has the hitbox of you could be in Uganda and get hit by that bitch. It makes no sense. That Elsa is a dumb fucking character. Alright? And I wanted this character in the game. When I first seen her, I was like, oh yeah, I'm excited for her. This, and when I saw the trailer, I thought she was going to be super cool. I did not expect her to be this broken. This is one of the most busted characters they've had in this game. Easily. Hands down. It's not even, like, there's some characters that will be next to her, like Day 1 Daredevil. But Elsa is one of the most broken characters they've had in this game. And she really is going to need another nerf. Like, this emergency nerf that they're doing on her, to her ultimate, cool. But she needs more than that. Because this character is fuck busted. Like, it's bad. It's funny because Elsa is kind of like, when I first saw her, I thought she was going to be more up close oriented, right? Yes, she has guns, of course, yeah. But I thought because she has like combos and she has like this forward dash and stuff like that, right? I thought she was going to be a more aggressive version, almost dive-like, but not like dive, you know what I mean? And because she had a shotgun too. So I was like, oh yeah, she's probably not gonna be that great at range, right? But maybe she excels at the Bucky / dive range, right? No, this character excels at everything you want her to excel at. You can shoot from anywhere. You'll probably 2-tap somebody. Like, people are not talking about it. This character hits like probably as hard as Hela. Like, she's close. She has more movement than her. She gains her abilities way faster. And her ultimate is better than everybody else's in the game. The only character that kind of lives up to that kind of level of ultimate is like Star-Lord. But Star-Lord, I'm going to get to Star-Lord in a bit. But Star-Lord's ult can be easily countered by a support ult or somebody, or him getting absolutely blitzed down and his team not protecting him. Also, you don't have to worry about shit. It's an easy ult that you just send out. There's no risk. It's all reward. And it's a dumb fucking ult. Now, I want to get to Hawkeye. Hawkeye's getting nerfed in this next one. I want to see how bad it is. So I'm not going to talk too much about him, but he is another character that is banned like every single match. He's absolutely broken, busted, because his hitboxes are fucking stupid, and he can easily 1-shot or 2-shot every character in the game. Even tanks, he can 2-shot tanks. 1-shot squishies. He's a dumb character. He's just a dumb character. And his ultimate is fucking stupid. Phoenix. Phoenix is another character. I'm surprised she wasn't in the emergency patch. She is a fucking stupid character. And I love her. She's one of my faves. If you've noticed, she's in my menu every time as the hero I have. Because I just like her. I don't get to use her that much because I'm a strategist and tank main. But yeah, Phoenix is great. She needs to get nerfed bad this next season. Because she has, especially with Gambit, and since Gambit ult is untouched, she's fucking stupid. It's so bad. I already covered some of the weird character buffs that are unnecessary, but I do want to, like, say, like, I don't understand why it keeps happening, right? They keep doing these weird buffs and nerfs, like, just random fucking changes that nobody asked for. It feels so out of touch, and it's so surprising to me because, again, the devs feel so in touch, right? They feel like they're so in the know sometimes that I don't understand how they could be missing out on some of these balance changes and just could be completely out of the loop on what characters need and what the player base wants for their characters. I don't understand what's happening with that. I really don't. Now, with all that stuff out the way, I'm sure there's stuff I missed talking here, but again, if I did, mention it down in the comments below. I can get around to talking about it in a different video. There's so much stuff I want to get to. Tanks. God, this season is dreadful. I am so sorry for you guys that are tank mains. I'm not really a tank main. I really just fill. And usually that means strategist, but sometimes that means tank. Like, tanks right now is so fucking ass to play. There's so much displacement in this game. There's so much CC. There's no way to counter any of that stuff, right? And I feel like as a tank, you have so much less control than most other roles in this game to impact the game, in my opinion. With the way the game is right now, DPSs are so strong. They do so much damage. And as a strategist, I get sick of it because I look away for 1 fucking second and my tank is dead. They could be full health and I look away to heal a DPS, or I get dove on or something like that, and my tank is just fucking dead the next second I look back. I'm like, what could have happened that he just folded up on the ground like that? I don't understand. But yeah, this game is fucking crazy, man. Tanks need something, and I think they need a CC, like, they need to have a CC cooldown or something where if you get hit once, the next CC can't hit you for like the next 2 seconds or something. There's got to be some way to counteract that because it feels unplayable. You get grabbed by Wolverine, you're dead. You get grabbed by fucking Wolverine, or Emma sends you, and then you get frozen, slept, and you can't do shit. You can't play the game. It's so bad. It is horrendous. So yeah, tanks need something. And also, tanks right now, I just feel they're so bland. Compare them to every DPS that comes out. Look at Elsa. Look how she just came out. Look at Daredevil, the last DPS we just got. I know strategist, I know Deadpool just came out, but I don't really count him as a DPS character. I know he is a DPS character, but he's got all 3 roles, so I don't count him as just a DPS character. And compare those brand new characters that came out. Even Blade, right? I know Blade is pretty mid, or he's like solid, you know? He's not awful or anything. He's usable. And I think Blade is at where every other character should be, which I think I will talk about that later. But damn, I lost my train of thought. Compare the recent skill sets of all these DPSs that have come out post-release, right? And you'll see something like, look at Angela for example, right? Pretty creative, a flying tank, right? And she can yank people and move them wherever she wants, right? And displace people. That, and then look at Rogue, right? She's got some pretty cool stuff. But again, these characters, you look at what characters like Daredevil end up getting with all the overshield they end up getting. Look at Elsa, all the overshield she ends up getting, right? She can move around crazy. Like, these DPSs get so much, and you look at what tanks get, and it is shit in comparison. Like, no wonder no one wants to play tank. Not only is it unfun to play tank right now, but these characters, it's not just like the character themselves can be unfun. because they're so limited in the things that they can do. It makes no sense to me how the tanks are so limited, but they give these DPSs like Bucky, like Elsa, like Daredevil when he first came out, and even then he still has that freedom, right? And that crazy skill list. But they give all of them so much stuff, but they don't give tanks. Like, how long did it take for Hulk to not be able to get pushed or moved in his monster Hulk form? That's crazy. It took us what, 6 seasons to get to that point, and we've been asking for that for at least fucking like 4 seasons, maybe 5. It's crazy, man. I think, look, I love this game. I wanted to do really, really well, and I think right now it's just not in the best spot, and it has competition. Overwatch just dropped those 5 new characters, and it seems to be doing really, really well. That game is in a better balanced state, in my opinion, than Marvel Rivals right now. And it's just like, it feels bad right now. Like, I want to play this game. I have fun. I try to have fun playing this game. Like yesterday, I played for like 3 hours. I lost most of my matches. I D-ranked, right? I still had a solid time. But God, there's so much annoying stuff. And every game it's rinse and repeat. It's ban Hawkeye, or ban and try to ban Elsa, or try to ban Hela, or try to ban fucking Gambit, right? There's so many characters to ban though, because every role has like 2 to 3 fucking absolute horrendous diabolical demons that are in this game. Every fucking role has them, especially DPS. That is like, what can you do? What can you do? Because you only have so many bans, and then the other team wants to ban the same fucking characters too. So then it ends up being, oh yeah, damn, we banned the same character. Uh-oh, there's slots open. Here comes Elsa. Well, what are you gonna do now? And it's horrendous, man. I am hoping that this next season, whatever the characters are, I am hoping that they get a better handle on this, and they actually get feedback, because I don't know what the fuck has been happening recently with these random changes to characters, alright? But I hope that they listen to the fan base and the community, and they get a hold of this shit, because honestly, it's getting crazy. Like, every season, it feels like it's getting worse. And we just came from, like, 2 bad seasons in a row, it feels like. One was dominated by dive. Then the next one was dominated by supports. And now this one is dominated by... Well, the last one was not only dominated by supports, but dominated by ults. And this one, it's like... It's still ults, but it's also, like, DPS and support centered. Because Gambit, Loki, and then you have broken out Bucky, Elsa, Hawkeye, Phoenix, Hela, Namor. Like, there's so many fucking characters. So, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I hope I got off what I needed to get off my chest. If there's anything I missed out on, please comment it down below. And if you have any different ideas, a triple support is something that I want to talk about soon, so I'll probably get around to that. But if you have any ideas, anything you guys want to talk about in the comments, we can have a discussion about this. If you disagree with anything, you can put it down in the comment section below. Again, I think it's best if we, even if you disagree or agree, you know, it's best that we have discussions about this, because as a community, I think we need to come together to help these devs balance this game and make the game that we all want. And this game has all the potential in the world to be something excellent, something fun, and it feels like every fucking day people log on and is just having a dreadful experience now, when that wasn't always the case with Rivals. So I hope you guys appreciated, enjoyed this video, and have a great rest of your day. I lost my train of thought. Have a great rest of your day, and take care, y'all. All right, there's one more thing that I knew I missed something. There's one more thing I want to talk about. And then I'll leave you guys to you know, having your blessed day and all that. If the Rivals devs ever see this, bro, bro, please stop buffing these characters that are not in meta to reach meta characters. Alright? That is one thing that we need to stop doing. Alright? Nerf the meta characters so that they can be on the level of Blade, of Magic. You know, these characters that aren't really broken, but are still good. Or solid picks, right? There's characters right now, like Black Widow, right? Black Widow needs a fucking rework completely, right? Black Panther needs a rework completely too. But there's several characters, right, that are either solid or like are just completely atrocious and unusable. But there's characters that are solid that they will buff for no fucking reason other than to reach meta characters, instead of just nerfing Bucky, nerfing a Daredevil, nerfing thing like they did with Invis, right? Invis was perfectly fine where she was. She was good pretty much in every situation. She obviously, Daredevil countered her and that fucking sucked. But that season in general just fucking blew ass. Alright? That wasn't Invis problem. That was just a game problem. A balancing issue. But they keep doing this where they'll buff a character that's not in the meta for no reason and put them into meta, like they did with Luna when they gave her the snowflake, and now she's all of a sudden she's mad good because you can just snowflake yourself and just burst down any diver that comes towards you, and then you can put a snowflake on somebody else and heal them up. There's way too much of this happening. Like right now, Mantis and Warlock, in my opinion, are in a solid state. That's where the other healers should be, in my opinion. The other healers should be at that level. Obviously, they play the game in a different way because they don't heal as much, but still, that's the level that these characters should be. There's a baseline for every role, and I feel like every role has that character that is at that baseline where everyone should be. I think Blade is on that. I think Magic is on that for DPS. In terms of tank, I think Strange is in a solid spot. I think Strange is in a really solid spot where he's competitive, but he's not busted, right? There's some really good things about him. There's some really bad things about him. There's a lot of counters to him, but he can still play around a lot of the shit that he has to deal with. Now, he has to deal with a lot of the same shit that the other tanks have to deal with, but that's just a tank issue and not a Strange issue. So there's characters like that. And I would actually put Rogue in here, right? I don't think Rogue is broken. I don't think Rogue is broken at all. I also don't want her to get buffed, because if that character was to get buffed, especially like on some crazy shit, she would absolutely run the fucking game. She would be absolutely busted if they buffed her. So I think, please don't touch Rogue. We're good. All right. So yeah. Last thing to leave y'all off with, and the devs, if you guys ever see this, please stop buffing these baseline characters that are just good. They're just good or solid. Stop buffing them to reach Bucky, to reach Phoenix, to reach Hela, to reach Elsa, to reach Hawkeye. Please, bro. Because then you just nerf one and replace them with another. It's a huge issue that needs to be worked on. And yeah. I'm gonna leave you off with that. I don't want to talk your head off too much. I just want to get this shit off my chest and just talk about it, create a conversation about all this, because I think right now this is one of the worst seasons I've played. And granted, I haven't played that much of this season. Like yesterday was the most I played, and yeah, it's just not in a great state. It's just not. As much as I enjoy the game and I want it to do really well, I just don't think it's in a great place right now. I hope that this next season can include some really cool characters that can also bring back some balance to the force and bring some stability to this game, because it's been a while since we had some actual normality in this game, it feels like. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Again, hope you guys enjoy the hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and have a great rest of your day. Take care. Farewell. Farewell.